You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Welcome to a slightly different TADPOG podcast. So we mentioned last week that we were having to do a quick turnover recording. So today it's therapy. It's all calls.
Yeah. We do things a little differently here at TADPOG.
Yeah. It may be a little different.
So I'm sitting in my chair backwards.
With
your arms up on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack is out here. I had no one to watch him. So if you hear some sort of weird noise come through, a ball bouncing, or a child's TikTok video, yeah, not TikTok, but YouTube, that's him. Then Melissa will be out here as soon as she gets home from work.
It's cool having Jack around. He's a good kid.
Great guest.
He's got it. As long as he has his tablet and some other things occupying him, he's pretty chill.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you do anything in the last 2 days to talk about?
Been busy 2 days.
Has it?
Jam-packed, full of action,
full of just
adventure,
information, and
so much
cool
to share.
stuff to share on the
You
show.
guys have no idea how cool I am and the exciting life that I lead.
I'm starting to get the idea.
The picture's becoming clear.
It's becoming clearer.
Good.
I had a couple of little things I was going to bring up. And this one's, I don't know. I kind of want sort of the opinion. This has to do with Overwatch, but I kind of want sort of the opinion of the non-Overwatch, the predominantly non-Overwatch crowd that listens to this show, because it's
Or hosts.
the hosts and the listeners. So I mentioned in the past that I have a specific set of skills. No, I have a skin for Mercy. Called
Right.
Pink. The pink.
The only
Mercy.
one you could ever buy
Right.
with straight cash, yeah.
Right, and it was part of a
Breast cancer thing.
charitable donation to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
Yeah.
100% of the money from the skin went to the charity. 100%. And they raised like,
Why'd they choose her?
because she's a doctor.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Good answer. Good. Top 10 answers on the board.
That
was 5.
Yeah. You can see the moles on her back when she wears it. There's a certain like highlight intro animation that you get,
yeah,
and it shows her from the back, like looking over her shoulder. She's got moles on her back, and you can see them clearly because this back of that is just nothing. But anyway,
That's a detailed animation that they really cared about to make sure they put moles on her back.
Now,
Yeah.
do they get that from the mod community, or
yeah, probably. I think a lot of that mod community contributes stuff that makes its way back into the game.
oh, they put moles in her back? I like that.
The moles. Put that on the model.
Targets.
I'd be interested to know. I don't know what other skin she has that maybe shows her back like that. I'd be interested to know if they're there,
Right? Yeah.
for all the models, or if it's just that skin.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Moles are trending in the comments. Add more moles.
they're either moles or like birthmarks or freckles or something. I don't know. Anyway. So I bought
They're hot
The
moles.
skin came out in the game came out in 2016. I want to say the skin
Wow.
came out in either 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
It was part of this charity thing, and they did it for like a couple of weeks. And if you got it, you got it, and if you didn't, tough shit. And they raised something like crazy high amount, like $80 million or something for cancer research. That's probably high. It was a lot. It was in the millions of dollars
Between
that they
8
raised.
and 80 million.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
Some number, but it was a shitload of money for breast cancer, and they haven't done another event like that of any kind until Now, so there was a rumor that came out. I follow all the, Overwatch rumors and streamers and news and all that kind of stuff. And last week there's a creator that comes out is the Omnic Post is the name of the channel on YouTube. If you get a chance, he's a really good dude, and I enjoy watching his videos.
I remember you mentioning him on the show before.
Yeah, and he's got a very thick accent. It's cool to watch, but he said that there was some leaker had said, okay, well they're going to do another
giggity.
They're going to do another
some gooner.
Let me get through this.
Yeah,
they're going to do another charity event. Only this, and it was going to be another Mercy skin for breast cancer research, but this time it was like a rose gold skin or something.
Okay,
right, and that would be the next. Years later, they're doing it again, and I'm like, oh, sweet. My mom died from breast cancer.
Yeah,
and I donate when I can. I'm not a huge donor because I don't have a lot of money, to just donate all the time. But when I can, if I pick a charity to donate to, it's that one.
Sure.
And this was really beneficial to me. It's kind of like, you get a T-shirt for donating to the ASPCA or something, I guess. But this was lined up with my interests, and so I bought into it. Yeah. And I wear the skin on her when I'm playing as her, and I'm proud to do that. And I like the uniqueness of it. I like that it's kind of you see that on somebody, you're like, oh shit, you were around.
Right.
You were around back in the day. Yeah. You got in on this. And also, awesome thank you for donating money to breast cancer research.
Right.
Even if your motives weren't altruistic and you just wanted the good looking skin, you gave your money to them and they gave it to charity, and that's something.
That's like me and Humble Bundle.
No, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it really is. Absolutely. And it's fine because you give the money. As long as the money's going to a good cause,
yeah,
and plus there are no actual resources involved in a skin for a character in Overwatch, right? They don't have to print T-shirts or make bumper stickers or something. It's the time that went into creating it is the only resource. After that, it's just there. So anyway,
I give $1 when they ask, though, like at checkout.
Yeah.
Usually places are like, hey, do you have $1 to give to...
Oh, are you in a roundup for...
Yeah, I'll do that. St. Jude is my jam. That's the one that
I do donate to St. Jude's when I can. Yeah, for sure.
Ramadan House. That's where I always throw my change.
I totally get that.
They took care of us when Jack was in the hospital.
Yeah, I know they did. And I think about that every time I see that donation thing on the window at the drive-thru. If I have the money, I throw it in there because that's an awesome charity as well. So anyway, everybody's like, "Oh, sweet! They're going to do a new skin." Blah, blah, blah. So they officially announced today. Blizzard announced today that yes, in fact, we are doing another event. We're releasing this new rose gold colored skin and a couple of name cards and sprays. It's like a bundle.
Okay.
For like $20, like it was before. I'm gonna buy it because I want that money to go to charity, and I whatever. But I'm a little frustrated. And this is where I want opinions.
Okay. What'd they do?
They're also re-releasing the original Pink Mercy skin.
Okay.
For like $15 instead of the original $20. Now, everyone that has complained about this, like on the Blizzard forums or everyone else, is getting shot down in flames for being assholes and saying, oh, clearly you don't care that it went to charity. You just wanted the neat skin. Let me elaborate on this.
Those aren't mutually exclusive. I feel like.
I agree. And let me elaborate even further.
Okay.
It's people, the ones that are desperate to get the skin that missed out have purchased accounts that have the Pink Mercy skin on them for upwards of $900.
Wow.
Now, I don't know that that's a common thing, but it's definitely happened where someone who missed out spent that kind of money to buy an account from someone that had the Pink Mercy skin on it just to get the skin.
That is locked to that account?
It is
They
locked
have
to that account.
So like they build that account up then?
I don't know if that was it or if they built it up or if they just had, I don't know. I don't know how built up it was, but the one thing that sold it was the fact that it had the Pink Mercy skin on it. It's non-transferable, so they had to sell the account to someone and give them their login and then go get another account, I guess. I don't know. So
Ultima Online style.
And those people that did, yeah, exactly. I sold one of my Ultima
I remember
accounts.
Nick selling one of his for $900.
I got a shitload of money for mine, too.
He got scammed the first time, but
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
that sucks.
second time he actually sold it.
But on this, now the people that bought those Mercy accounts for the high amount of money, if the seller didn't turn around and immediately donate that to breast cancer research, I feel like they're just, profiteering assholes. They gave their $20 to charity, but they ended up making almost $1,000. And I hate that because it's not the spirit of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does frustrate me just a little bit that now everyone that wants, I'm glad that Breast Cancer Research Foundation is going to get even more money.
Sure.
Because this skin is available again. Everyone's going to fucking buy it. But it frustrates me that they're re-releasing this one because to me it was like, this is my little unique thing.
Yeah.
To show that I was around when this happened, that I gave when I had the chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to show that as not to pump myself up or to make myself seem more important, but it's like wearing your pink ribbon on your lapel or something. It's kind of my way of saying, hey, this is just so you know, I've been here a while, and this was a thing that I'm proud to say that I participated in.
Well,
Yeah.
it should be slightly different.
I think it should be
It should
different.
be slightly different.
If they're gonna maybe have a date,
V2 or a date. Yeah.
on the
that's it.
armband
That's all you
or
should do
something.
differently. Yeah.
To indicate that, hey, because one of a kind things, unique things are one of a kind and unique when they stop being made and given to the public to jump on that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it just frustrates me that they're doing that. I'm glad for all the money that's going to raise. And I don't care what people's motives are. If they just like the skin, I don't care that they buy it because I like the skin. The money goes to the right place. But it's just like, it feels like to me, it's kind of watering down the sort of special incentive that was offered back then. Something I'd never seen before or participated in before. It just kind of it doesn't water down the donation or the generosity of all the people.
You should be rewarded for doing it before. Now, it's a rare thing. Everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon.
I just would like for it to stand out a little bit and be a little bit
totally with
different.
you.
And I thought, well, if they're releasing this rose gold one, that's awesome because they could do this for a while. People that want it will get it, and then if you don't get it, you don't get it, and we'll do something else later.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a differentiating factor there, and I think that people that are getting flamed for saying what I'm saying, I don't think that's fair.
I think everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? Because
Yeah.
I think it's subjective. I can see it from both sides because it's like, on one hand, it's like you did have that. You're like one of the few people who had it for like a pretty long run. You know what I mean?
Being relative, but yes.
And like for 6 years, and that doesn't go away. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. But what am I going now if someone comments on the skin, I'm not going to be the guy that says, I just want to know, I have the receipt to prove that I bought this back in 2018 when it was, I was in first. I'm not one of these, new guys that just finally got a chance to, I'm not going to do that. That's not my
Yeah, I know.
thing. And I agree that everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I just think
it
it's
devalues it. I wish that they would. It should be different because now it's going to be like if anybody else wants to be like, I'll get it next time it comes around.
Yeah,
'Cause
but if
now that's the thing. It may come back around again.
but I mean, it will take 6 more years.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I still think there's going to be a limited. I still think it's going to be somewhat exclusive. I don't think literally everyone in the Overwatch community, everyone that plays the game, is going to be like, oh God, finally. I think there's probably like Mercy Mains and a group of people that really want that, will buy it. And I'm glad that they're getting the opportunity to A, give to a very worthy charity, and B, pick up something. I get it. There's skins that are out there that I wish I could get that I don't think I'll be able to ever get because I just didn't get them when I had the chance. And if they came back, sure, I'd jump on it. I'm not even going to be mad that someone buys it now. And I'm not mad. I'm just a little disappointed.
I get it.
That it's not.
I get it.
Gonna stay unique and exclusive.
I get it. I understand it. I think it's just happened to me so many times that it's one of those where it's like, oh, okay.
You got it, at launch or on the day, and then it came back later.
Yeah, because this happens a lot in like Final Fantasy 14, where it's like, and it's worked out enough times in my favor that I'm actually kind of grateful when that kind of stuff happens, because like they'll do events like they just had a Yokai Watch event, crossover event, where it's like they had like whole bunch of minions, which are like little summonable pets, non-combat pets.
Yeah,
like 12 goats that you can only get during this event. You get weapons and mounts and stuff, and it's all like cosmetic,
Sure.
But I mean, it's stuff that I didn't have. And there are some like pretty fun ones, and it's like, well, damn, I wish I had those. And then when the event came back around, it's like, oh, sweet, I get these now.
Yeah, and to your point, I can relate to that as well, because it's only been since Overwatch 2 came out that, like, okay, all these skins have been released over the years, and some of them have been hard to get. And like they'll hold on to them, and then they'll re-release them during like the Summer Games event or something like that. Or they might randomly appear in the shop one week, and I'll be like, "Ooh, shit! I wanted that one."
Right
now, they've made it to where when you go into like your hero customization screen, they have all the available skins in there for sale from previous events. They
So it's like a storefront almost?
Sort of. They've got the shop, but then when you go into like the heroes screen where you can pick your hero and pick what skin they're going to wear and all that, if you go into the skins, if you go down to the bottom of the list, it shows you the ones that you don't have, and you can use either currency or earned like credit or whatever to buy them from there.
Okay.
So they're just more widely. You have to wait for them to randomly pop up in the shop.
A la Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly like that on a much smaller scale. Like the shop in Overwatch is small compared to Fortnite. Fortnite, you can scroll through it, and there's always just tons and tons of stuff.
It rotates, and I was going to bring up Fortnite as well, because there have been skins in Fortnite. I don't have many skins in Fortnite. I don't play it enough to justify buying a whole bunch of them, but I do like when something comes out that I like. It's usually inexpensive, and it's like, okay, well, I buy that. But like there have been a few times where it's like when the Deadpool classic Deadpool skin comes out on Fortnite, I can't wait for that to come back out, because I want to buy it.
I had that with My Hero Academia.
Yeah, right.
I had 4 people come to me and be like, "Yo, they're in the shop," and I'm like, "Sweet!" I get into Fortnite.
I was one of those.
You were one of those people. Cohen and Gage, everybody was trying to tell me that was happening. So again, it's just my opinion. TADPOG people, if you want to tell me what you think. I
can see it both ways.
I can see it both ways as well. And I'm not mad, and I'm not like trying to make a big deal out of it. But I do think that it's I think you're being hard. I think people are being hard on other people for having that opinion and for feeling like that sort of feeling of uniqueness, that this is special, is like no longer going to be there in theory, right? I mean, to me, it will. I'll know, and that's all. I guess that's all that really matters. All that matters is that a crap load of money was made for this charity, and it's going to be made for this charity again, and that's good. And so, at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain because I am happy that they're
going to make more money this way.
Do this for this charity.
And I'll be honest, I was, in all my opinions, I kind of like took that charity element out of it.
Right.
Because it's like, I mean, I think it's great that it's going to charity, but I don't think that the money going to charity is like, I think I think the issue of the uniqueness of the skin is almost like completely separate from like how you obtain it.
From how you get it.
Yeah, I think it's great that they're raising money and have this charity event. I think that's awesome. But I think like I think it's a different discussion of I guess I don't think that because it is a skin that's tied to charity that it really changes the argument of like whether or not they should re-release skins. You know?
I agree. And I don't know. It's tough. I don't think I'm going to just not be a little disappointed.
Sure, of course. I totally get that. There are things that I have like in Final Fantasy that's like, because Nikki and I played that game at 2.0, which is when they like nuked the first world and then like just started the game over from scratch. Yeah. So we have, she doesn't play anymore, but I have some things that like some people don't have. Like there's like a Kate Sith doll minion. It's not the only thing special about it is that like you got a code for it if you got like in the game early enough kind of deal. So it's like, and I feel like that code was even given to us. I don't feel like we really earned that or anything. It was just somebody in the game was like, hey, I got like a bunch of these codes. Does anybody want it? We were like, yes. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if they re-release that, it's kind of one of those where it's like, oh man, well now they're not going to know that like we're
exactly.
OG.
I kind of went through it to get this.
Yeah,
you know,
sure,
I was here at the right place at the right time to get this, and now it's like, oh, now you're.
So I get it. I'd be disappointed. I get it. I would be disappointed, but I mean, I don't know. It is. On the other hand, it's tough for me to be like, oh, well, no one else should have this.
Like, I don't want to be greedy and mean about it. I feel like it doesn't set me apart or make me special or better at the game.
Right, sure.
It's just one of those things.
It does make you special, though.
It made me think about it every time I would see it. I'd be like, oh yeah, that skin is really cool.
It did make you special.
It's the one time I bought a skin and it actually benefited somebody. And I'm including myself in that because skins don't benefit me other than to give me that dopamine of buying skins.
I think it made you special in the sense that it is a unique factor in a game that doesn't have a lot of unique factors.
Yes.
And that's not a crack on Overwatch. That's a crack on like a lot of games.
Yeah.
Where
it's like
where a lot of people play this game, it's difficult to have it's difficult to set yourself apart in some way unless you are a god gamer with a 10,000 plus followers on Twitch for playing the game. You know what I mean? It's like, how else do you kind of like have a little bit of slice of being like, well, I'm different.
That sums it up perfectly. And kind of losing touch with that or it being that slice being widened or watered down even is where I'm coming from.
Sure, I totally get that because it takes away from that it takes away from you being as unique as you are. Yeah, I get it.
Right. So,
but what they should do is just make more of those things. You know, like I don't know.
I like the idea of having. I wish they would do this more just with different, like the fact that they're doing a new skin, a new thing. I want them to do more of that, or even other characters to benefit other charities. You know, Overwatch is so big on its, it prides itself on pride. I mean, they go out of their way to tell the stories of characters who are LGBTQIA plus, all that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
I've seen those mods.
Yeah, they do though. they build that into the character's backstory as a thing, just to say, by the way, and I think, is it necessary? Not really, but it does add more depth to the characters and stuff. And I think there are so many things that they could do charitably for that for those organizations and things with other characters. And I wish they would do that more, because that would be great. But I still think those should be limited time, unique. We're going to do this one time. We're going to come back with another one in 5 years for the same cause. I could go on and on, but
yeah, I get it. And I was over here cringing because I feel like I just was advocating for companies to do more FOMO releases. And it's like, it is
FOMO. That is, and I'm a terrible victim of that. I do that bring that on myself.
I get it. I
don't know why it affects me in such a way, but I do definitely fall for that. And this is
me too.
This is like I went for it back in the day, and now everybody else get a chance to do it too, and that's kind of frustrating.
I get it. I totally understand. I think I've just seen it from the other angle. So much because I was just saying that Nikki and I played back in the day, but then we did not for 8 years.
How much did you miss?
So
How much did you miss?
A lot. It might have even been longer than that.
I missed a lot too in my little hiatus. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's fine. Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
I think it'd be nice just to have, in Final Fantasy 11, when you could look at the items and people's signatures and stuff on it when they'd make an item.
I do miss that.
Yeah, just have the year it came out.
Yep.
The same stuff every, whatever, just have just the year.
Some little indicator to say when you jumped in. And, hey, thanks for donating.
Yeah.
And, again, thanks for donating. Anyone that's bought the skin or anyone that just donates because you're generous to breast cancer research, to St. Jude's, to the Ronald McDonald House, that's great. And I love it, and keep doing that. Meanwhile, I'm a bitch a little bit from time to time about my entitlement. No, I'm teasing.
We all need to gripe a little bit.
That is all I've got this week, because I just saw you guys, and I told you.
I know.
I told you everything relevant in my life 2 days ago.
I watched The Princess Bride since we last recorded.
Nice.
So there's that.
Have fun storming the castle.
All
right.
Nikki and I watched that while I've crafted Final Fantasy.
You've seen it before?
I had not. I had not seen it before.
Congratulations on your first viewing of The Princess Bride. Please tell us what you feel, how you feel about this movie.
It's great. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'd say I hadn't seen it, but it's one of those where it's like I had seen so many clips of it, and it's been acted out by people in front of me so many times that I feel like
it's kind of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail,
right?
Like you knew every line.
Which I saw that one in high school,
right?
But but even before I saw it when I was 15 years old, I feel like
everyone was quoting.
I had seen half of the movie already. Right. So yeah, it was like one of those experiences where it was like, yeah, okay, I've seen this movie in one shape or form, just not in the correct sequence, or perhaps done by these actors. That script's amazing.
The writing in that movie, and
script's amazing.
And the delivery of the dialogue in that movie, soup to nuts, is 5 stars. I love it.
It's nearly a perfect movie.
It really is.
Yeah, I loved it. That was amazing. Big fan.
I'm glad you finally got to see it and that you like it.
And then proof that the robots are listening to us, I saw on my YouTube feed today a post saying, did you know that the creators of the movie, The Princess Bride, originally wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger to play Andre the Giant's part.
Oh, Fezzik.
Yeah. And, gosh, okay, I'm messing it up. They wanted Andre the Giant.
Okay.
But the problem was when they were first talking about making a movie, he was way too expensive to get.
Because he was FD.
Big deal. Mm-hmm. So they settled on their number 2, which was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. by the time the movie was actually going to be made, it had flip-flopped. Schwarzenegger was now way more expensive than he was in the late 70s when they were talking about making the movie to when they actually made the movie, which I think came out in 87.
Well, and Andre was in terrible health.
Right.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't even exercise.
he can't. Like Robin Wright is on whenever she's jumping from the castle, she's on guide wires because he couldn't physically hold her up because it was
right?
It was that deteriorated. Yep.
Robin Wright was maybe 16 years old when she made this movie. It's just crazy to see her then versus now. It just seems like she looks so young in that movie. Now I'm teasing about her being 16.
Also old in a way that like
She's still married to Sean Penn though.
yeah.
I feel like it's one of those phenomenons.
It's like
where
in Toys.
Like
she looked like she looked in Toys, actually.
Yes, the gym toys. Where you go back, the further you go back, the older, younger people look.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a thing. I saw a thing about that.
Yeah,
The
me
Golden
too.
Girls are like in their 50s.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
They were kind of aged up, but like, in far as like their
still, like,
costume design and stuff, but still.
I've seen the TikToks where they put them in modern hairstyles. They look completely different.
I know, right?
So-
There's also like, it's what's wild is so in the World War II Museum in the Tom Hanks video, there's like this little bit about how like they show you photographs of soldiers and they're like 18, 22. They look like they're fucking in their 40s.
Yeah.
It's
like
like
my dad's yearbook. Yeah, all the same. They all look like 40-year-old men. Yeah.
it's wild. And part of that's like the horrors of war, of course, but like another part of that is just I don't know, man.
I mentioned the
Let-
guy.
I looked older then. Yeah, right.
I mentioned the guy I worked with at my casino job who I thought was in his 60s and he was in his late 40s. He looked old. And it was just like, yeah, they all, it's the damn hormones in the milk and the preservatives in the bread. It's making us all look younger,
Preserving us, yeah.
preserving us.
Well, I also just another Princess Bride trivia thing that I know they like where they were shooting was freezing. So Robin Wright, in a thin dress most of the time, it was always cold. So Andre the Giant, whose hands were the size of a hat, would just keep his hand on her head to keep her warm.
That's funny. No, that movie is amazing, and I'm glad you got to watch it. That's fun.
I loved it. We got I never seen the movie before, but I'm giving Nikki a trivia as we're watching.
You knew all about it before you'd ever actually seen
The
it.
Andre the Giant documentary that came out not too long ago was awesome.
I remember you
It was
saying really
good.
good
It's so
things
fucking
about
good.
that, man.
Yeah.
I watched it too, actually.
He is the most prolific drinker of all time.
Yep.
Of all time, hands down. Short of someone having his same the gigantism,
Yeah.
which is curable, at least can end now. No one will ever match him. Like what he could. What
I mean,
he
the
could
beer can look
crash.
like a.
They can treat it.
Look
now?
like us having they can stop the progression now.
Wow.
They discovered that in his lifetime, but he chose not to do it, and just lived out his life and died. And I think he died in France or on his farm, and then he was shipped back to France. 'cause he
Yeah,
was born
I
in
think
France.
he was. Yes, what you said.
Because he had like a farm in Missouri, and watching him ride a 4-wheeler is like a kid, like me getting on a kid's
Like
bike.
a Power Wheels or something. Like you getting on a Power Wheel.
wheels.
Yeah.
So and then I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, the first book.
Yes.
I've got 2 hours left.
Oh man, you're like I feel like you're. I don't know exactly where you are, but it's
They just got in the safe room after the Rage Elemental was summoned.
okay. The thing that is about to happen is the thing. Is the thing where I was like, oh yeah, I'm in this. I'm sit Ian a DM, which is a quote from that scene, and it was like that scene. That scene was like really a pivotal. Because I was enjoying the story,
Right.
and I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. And then this scene happened,
And you were hooked.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to see where this goes, man. Real bad. I loved that scene. I loved that.
God.
So yeah, and now I'm really looking forward to reading the next book. And there's something I want to say. Man, I can't wait to see what classes are chosen by the characters, because I want Princess Donut to pick something real bad, and I don't know how it's going to turn out.
I think you're gonna like what Princess Donut ends up with.
Okay, cool.
And I'm not going to even slightly
Thank you.
hint at what it is.
Thank you.
But I think you'll dig it.
Okay.
My favorite. It's so funny the way that he writes the classes. There's so many. I mean, and they're named like, you can tell this stuff is all stuff that he came up with on his own. This is completely proprietary. Like, I've never, they'll have like mages or
Sure.
whatever, but then when they get into the complicated versions of the class, because even some of those classes have subclasses that you have to choose, it just gets so detailed. But Donut and Carl's classes that they choose are pretty fucking cool.
Great. Well, I'm looking forward to starting the second book.
I'm looking forward to you starting the second.
Big fan of the first book, because it really for me took off about where Tyler is right now. Because like I said, I was enjoying it. I thought it was a neat thing, and I liked all the things that were going on. But that scene kind of was like, I loved that scene, and I was sad when the scene was over.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm finding that I enjoy that stuff more than I actually enjoy like the dungeon stuff, which is not what I would have expected going in.
Yeah. It's so crazy. It just gets crazier. I mean, the shit with the Rage Elemental and all that kind of, all of that is like the fucking beginning. Shit gets... Carl's ability to improvise is what makes him such an amazing character. And he is just this bull in a china shop.
So I assume his wisdom score is like 60 once that's actually shown.
Right.
He is... It's just really super well done. And the further you get, I have sort of a short list of my favorite characters, but most of them are not, you haven't met yet.
Sure, because there aren't many characters in the first book.
No, there's not. Now,
I mean,
don't get me wrong. Carl and Donut are the best, like, main characters, and Donut just gets fucking better and better and better. Donut's just attitude in general, and the way that...
Yeah, I'm ready for them to get to level 10.
Huh?
I'm ready for them to get to level 10 for that tiara shit.
I am... You mean...
level 9?
Level
Is it
9?
level 9? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I finished book 6. They just got to level 9.
Ah, okay.
So now I'm fucking... Because that's been on my mind.
That's real big on my mind.
It gets more complicated.
I figured, because...
that situation with the tiara and...
Because it's interconnected, yeah.
It gets more fucking complicated. The moment that, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the moment that happens, there's a thing that happens, like I want to say maybe in book 3 or 4, that relates to that. And I literally went, what the fuck? Because it was already bugging me, and now it's bugging me even more.
He plants a lot of good foreshadowing seeds all throughout this first book.
And he comes back to everything in the other books. He doesn't leave anything out. Everything that's being mentioned, and I don't mean like the stats but even some of the most random achievements that come up with loot boxes that have a thing in there that you completely forget about.
Because it's impossible to keep track of.
Oh my God, it is.
I'm glad I did Scott Pilgrim before listening to this. Otherwise, everyone would say I'm just copying this.
Well, they could still say that. But then you could say, I hadn't read it yet.
Yeah.
So we need to go back and re-edit all the Scott Pilgrim episodes. And in the beginning, you just say, I'm Tyler. I'm the DM of this game. I just want everybody to know that I did not listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl before running this session.
Yep.
That's why because of your sessions and because of those actual plays, the ones I've listened to and actually been in on, is why I knew you would
Oh yeah.
super dig these books
Yeah.
after I got through them. And I'm listening to Stormfront right now, the Dresden Files, the first book of the Dresden Files. I'm enjoying it, but Carl's calling me. You know, it's like I kind of want to go back and just do Carl again.
Dresden Files, I think, is good. And when you hit book 4, it gets great.
It gets fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's, again, believe me, I am thoroughly enjoying this book. It's a great recommend, but I still have that Carl energy going through me.
Well, I was talking to Miller about reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, because that's who I heard about the books from. #MoreMiller. And he said, "Oh man, I've listened to those books so many times." He's like, it's probably the books I've read the most.
Yeah.
Because when I don't know what to listen to, I just start them over again.
I believe it. I believe it.
Because once Dresden starts fucking with the Fey courts in book 4, that's when shit gets real fucking good.
I just went through the part where he met the vampiress for the first time.
The vampires are also the first several books have a lot of ties into the 3 vampire courts, particularly the Red Court.
I can tell when Jack is going because you said 5 swear words in one sentence.
And he shut the door.
Oh, and because he's got that echolalia, so he'll just say back whatever he hears.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
We're watching Baby Reindeer, and he's in his bedroom watching his tablet. We're not thinking anything about it. And then Martha goes, "Oh, shite." You hear in the other bedroom, "Oh, shite."
It's not a swear.
So,
not in the U.S.
Not in the U.S.
So that's it. Princess Bride finished. Dungeon
Princess
Crawler
Bride
Carl.
and Princess Donut.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you up to?
Work, catching up on a week and a half of work.
Yay!
I got most of it caught up, but
That's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
yeah.
Pretty fast catch up.
But let's see, I can't find the TikTok because I wanted to review because I saw a TikTok with it's like 6 or 7 conspiracy theories that got crazier, and I wanted to talk about them because I thought they were really funny.
Yeah.
I only remember I can't find that TikTok. I think got taken down, but I do remember a few that I saw. Apparently, these are like widespread believed conspiracy theories. The first one that stood out to me is that a lot of people believe that Katy Perry is Jean-Benet Ramsey.
That is a weird one.
Did someone spin a wheel and come up with that?
Yeah, the manatees at the beach balls.
That's weird.
Why?
What is the? Do you remember
A breakthrough of like her age and the timing, and then
There are a lot of people the same age.
people, yeah,
what she would be if she hadn't been murdered?
Right.
yeah. And comparing like the eyes and stuff like that, like
Yes,
Yeah.
she has them.
she has two of
hear
them.
me out.
As you can see,
She has eyes.
2 eyes.
Jean-Benet
She's the
Ramsey,
same
2 eyes.
age.
Katy Perry, 2 eyes.
Let me get the laser pointer. I don't think you see my point. 1 eye, 2 eyes.
Think about it. Another was that Britney Spears was a deep agent for the Bush administration.
No.
Counter also Miley Cyrus, deep agent for the Obama administration.
I could believe that. I could believe that before I believe that Britney Spears was a deep agent for the Bush administration.
That's the only ones I remember. They were all really good. That's all I sucked.
Chuck Barris worked for the CIA.
That's true.
That's actually, I don't think that is true.
Who? What?
Chuck Barris, oh my God, the game show guy.
Gong Show.
Thank you. The
Oh,
Gong
yeah,
Show.
yeah.
There's that
He was
movie.
a CIA operative.
Well, that's the rumor. Supposedly it's true because I believe that the movie, I can't remember the name of the movie. I can look it up.
So there was a movie about this?
There's a movie about this that's based on his autobiography, I believe.
Oh, wait. I'm familiar with it. I haven't seen I'll have to watch
I think
it.
Sam Rockwell plays.
Sam
him in
Rockwell
that.
plays him.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I've seen it a couple times, and I like it. I like the movie. It's but yeah, years after the fact, I heard. I've done no research in this whatsoever, but I heard, that's based on a book that he wrote about himself.
And then it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. You mean he wasn't a spy for the CIA?
Well, I read the guy that Catch Me If You Can is based on.
Right, yeah.
All fake.
He made all that shit up
All
too.
that
yeah.
was made up.
Which is hilarious.
Still a good story.
Yeah.
He admitted that he made it up. Like years later, he's
Right.
like, "Oh, no, none of that happened. That was all made up. Some of it was like way overinflated versions of the truth.
Yeah.
Like he still wrote bad checks and did things, but he didn't do the shit that they put in that movie.
Yeah.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
Sam
I've heard of it.
Rockwell.
I know that movie.
I might have it on DVD, and if I do, you could borrow it if you feel like watching it on DVD.
I don't have a DVD player.
I'll loan you one.
In a big movie hut case like an N64.
Oh, man. Dude, I remember renting a fucking Super Nintendo as a kid
Yep.
for a week. Oh, it was a Sega Genesis, sorry. For
VCRs used to be able to
man.
rent those too.
God, like in that fucking bulletproof briefcase.
Yes.
Foam shit. Oh my God. Felt so cool. So the CIA has denied that Barris ever worked for them.
Well,
but
of
that
course
does
they
sound like
have.
something the CIA would say.
Exactly. We're on to you, Central. No, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence because they do listen to this show.
Definitely. We've each been assigned an FBI agent. Hi, Tony. And a CIA agent.
Well, what else you got, Tyler? Anything?
That's it. Let's take some calls.
Do some calls. This is going to be a short episode today. As we said, we're kind of on a bit of a weird schedule, but we're going to get back to normal soon. So
I feel like we've probably done at least like 2 hours already, right?
Close. 45 minutes.
yeah, 46 minutes,
Oh, God. That's, okay.
and that's before editing. It'll be fine. It's our show. We'll do it one. Okay, we got our
We're on
first.
that metered internet. We have to keep it to an hour.
We have our first caller from 270, our area code.
That's where we are.
I didn't test to see if this is being picked up by Audacity.
Let's test it
So
right
let's
now.
test it right
Let's
now.
hope.
Yes, Robin, 270-8. We have no power. How long will it take? Bye.
Okay. We could do
10 to 15 minutes.
a little editing there, but Robin.
Sorry to hear about your power.
From December 23rd, 2022. Hope your power came back.
Let's call back. Does that hour come back on?
We should.
Oh my God.
We should do that.
Hi, this is TADPOG. We're a little video game podcast. We got a message from Robin that your power was out. Is there anything we can help you with?
I do want to just say that I enjoy the fact that we do now have a voicemail greeting. However, it's going to end these calls, I think, about power
Right.
being out.
Because they're going to hear the long ass speech by me.
Or the Craigslist misconnections that we had that one time.
That is true. I forgot about that.
I'm not changing the recording. no
Is
matter-
Craigslist still around?
Craigslist is, but the sex postings are not.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd think they would keep
That
that.
was the most fun part of going to Craigslist.
Something
was to
about
read those.
prostitution.
But yeah, is that the reasoning?
I believe so, because I remember reading about it on Reddit.
Well, and the stalkings and
You read about it
murders
on
and-
Reddit. I read about it on Reddit. We're like, it's prostitution.
But at least you can buy someone gold for it.
Yeah. And it's just so weird that they would cut that out of Craigslist because that there are stories about that happening on World of Warcraft. Yeah. I guess it's just not as prolific as on Craigslist. Sex work. Check it out.
Wisdom Sage says 4 stars.
All right. Next caller. I think you'll recognize this person.
What's up, Tadpog? It is your beloved Adam. I have broken the seal on calls. I've taken a long time off of calls for a few reasons. One, you haven't been taking calls.
Correct.
So I decided not to make calls
It's fair.
until you started taking calls.
Logical.
You guys are in the middle of at least where I am in the universe, you guys are in the middle of the Scott Pilgrim versus the World playthrough. So I've really
Which was not based on Dungeon Crawler Carl
in any way.
And just really enjoying that. I've also ceased on calls for a little bit because it seems like Terrified Michelle has picked up that mantle, and I thought, you know what, I'll let people get annoyed with her, so that way when I come back, it smells like a breath of fresh air. So, hey, I'm not ready to take it back. I probably won't call again for a while. I actually am going to call one right after this, but
spoilers.
Because like I said, I'm not calling during the live plays because just really enjoying that story and have nothing to input whatsoever. But something broke the seal today, and that was a voicemail you guys took on the podcast where you guys talked about Double Dragon 3. And I just want to address it because this is what would bring me out of silence. Brew Pounder called, who your area code is 828. I used to live in that area. Look me up on Discord and hit me up. I'm never on Discord, but sign my name, send me a message. I want to know where you're from, and let's talk about
I'm on the 828
that
Discord.
area of the world. But Brew Pounder found the old episodes and found the episode where the, and I mean capital T, capital H, capital E, the Jacob York talked about fighting two wolves at the same time, and Brew Pounder felt it necessary to explain that he could take on 3 wolves. Well, let me tell you something, brother.
You're all fucking crazy.
You may be able to, but the reason why
Let me
you
tell you
need
something,
to take
brother.
on 3 wolves is because after you beat 1, they send another.
Dude,
after you beat 2, they send another.
There's no way
After
that
you
he could beat
they
3 wolves after he's all torn up and tired from pumping that sweet Appalachian cheerleader pussy. You know how fucking tired he's got to be from that?
And drunk.
Well, that'll make him stronger.
Or at least
like
not
Rock Lee.
not as concerned with his well-being. Feels
Right.
stronger.
Exactly.
3 coyotes. Okay, maybe. 3 wolves? No.
Dude, I think I could take 3 coyotes. Okay? Those little bastards are they're scared of anything.
Sit. Yep, that did it. They all sat.
send another. And you know why you can't beat more than 3? Because the 4th killed you. You know why the capital T, capital H, capital E, Jacob York,
He sounds like
of wolf
Bruce
fighting
Lee.
fame, only has to fight 2? Is because the first one was a warning shot and the second one closed the door. The wolves understood that this is a man we don't mess with, and they didn't send any more. That's why he is Jacob of wolf fighting fame. So the next time you want to talk about fighting wolves, why don't you
Brother.
put some damn respect on my man's name, and you speak to him with authority.
Brother.
Now, I know Jacob York probably doesn't listen to this anymore because he's got other things to do, but somebody please
Hey,
tell me I'm still
what's that
all
supposed to
over this
mean?
man's stuff because I freaking love him. All right. I'll call you back in a minute. Bye.
You are trying to imply that people who have decent things to do don't listen to the show? Come on, man.
No, I think he's right.
I didn't say he was wrong. I just said, come on, man.
This is one of those unspoken things, all right? We don't actually say it out loud.
Don't have to rub everybody's face in it.
Well, as promised, beloved Adam calls back
Part 2.
several minutes later.
Now, that was an economical 3-minute voicemail.
Brother.
And I do apologize. Brew Pounder, I love you, man. I don't know you, but I love you. I'm not mad at you. But if somebody's going to speak the name of Jacob York, they've got to go through me before they do so.
We've been through
That's all I'll
this.
say
Move
to that.
on.
But thank you for calling. More calls, the better. And really, look me up on Discord so we can talk about where you live or used to live or where you stole a cell phone from to make that phone call. The other thing that I wanted to call and say is that I love you guys so much. And right after the Double Dragon 3 episode, Tyler began the Scott Pilgrim versus the World call. I'm having a stroke. I'm sorry, guys.
Actual play.
You introed the episode by talking about my dog Eve, who passed away this summer, and I really appreciate you mentioning it. I appreciate you dedicating an episode to me, and that means so much to know that I've got friends in my corner. And man, uncanny timing that I'd be listening to this episode today because my dad's dad, my grandfather, passed away on Monday, and so Just weird how things kind of work in that way. As a man who believes in God and is religious to the nth degree, I don't believe there's anything such as a coincidence, but I do find it comforting to know that I still have friends outside of my immediate circle who are there to support and take care of me. And so if you guys would just be thinking about my family, everybody saw it coming. He was old. He was in a bed and had lost a lot of his faculties. But even if you prepare for it, sometimes it's still shocking. My aunt actually texted me the Saturday before he died and asked if I would do his funeral. And so I've never done a funeral, nor have I ever been asked to do a funeral of a man who is still alive. And so that was definitely a weird moment. But hey, it's my family, so I'm going to come through and do my best to serve and take care of them. So again, I think it's just interesting that I'm listening to that Scott Pilgrim episode that Tyler dedicated to my passed on Labrador Retriever Eve, and now my grandfather's passed away. No need to dedicate any episodes to Paul Paul. He had very short-term memory loss, so he wouldn't remember it anyway. But thank you so much for just your sweet heart. I love you guys so much, and I do hope to call again very soon, maybe sometime after the live play, because I really like just taking those in and enjoying them. So I love you guys. Thanks for doing all that you do, and I hope that 2023 is the best year yet. Love you guys. Bye.
Well, thank you, Adam. That was a nice call. We love you too. Sorry to hear about your grandfather. I know it's a year and a half later that we're saying that, but
I want to dedicate it to all the pawpaws.
All the pawpaws.
Because I lost my pawpaw this year in a similar situation where we all had seen it coming for years, and he was in a bed, and he was in this bed for a long time, and he was literally. I love hearing that you called your grandfather Pawpaw, because that is what we called my mom's dad, Pawpaw. So I feel for you, man. I'm sorry that it happened, but I think it's a real honor that, I mean, I don't know that you did the service, but that you were asked to do the service.
He implied he was going to step up and do it.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how it shook out, but I think that's really cool that
it is.
That you were given the opportunity to do that. And I'm sure that if you did that, then it, like, your love and respect for this man, I'm sure, came through and made it like a real, I don't know, a real memorable experience for all the people who shared, the love for him.
When my mom's brother is a pastor, and he presided over my mom's funeral, and it was wonderful. He made it into a celebration of his sister's life, and it just meant more coming from him than from some random dude that happened to be the guy that delivers the sermons at church every week.
Right.
It was her brother doing that, and it made it very special. So to Dave's point, I hope you were able to do that, because I know that means a lot to your family, that you would be able to step up and do that for everyone.
And it's a huge,
it's a big responsibility.
It is.
I was surprised that David was able to do it.
The Hawk?
No, Dave Moore, my uncle Dave Moore.
Yikes.
No, not really. No,
hold on, I gotta call some people.
I was surprised that he was able to get it together.
I'm glad. I mean, it sounds like it was.
Yeah,
great. Yeah.
Well, it's like Blake doing my son's funeral was like, it couldn't have been anybody else.
Yeah.
So it makes all the difference in the world.
Really does. Thank you for calling, Adam.
Yep. Thanks, Adam.
All right. We have another call. As you may have guessed, this one is for January 15th, 2023.
We're in 2023.
Finally, from area code, I'm not going to tell you.
Guys, I'm calling to complain.
What?
Wait, who is this? Is this a new caller?
What?
Is this somebody we've heard from before or not? I can't tell.
Yeah.
I don't hear when, so I don't know.
Netflix show, 1899. I knew it only had one season. I wasn't sure if it was canceled or a mini-series. But based on where it was going, I was like, it's probably a mini-series. Or it could be like one of the other Netflix series, the one with Sherlock Holmes that only has one season, that it was going to be like, you know, it ended in a good place, so everything would be fine. But no, the end is on a huge, gigantic cliffhanger, and the show is canceled, and I am upset. And I'm like, well, could just somebody tell me what happened? Just tell me. Just give me the script. Tell me what happened. I do hate when shows are canceled when nobody knows. There should always be like a follow-up movie or something. I need closure, and you did not give it to me, and I'm very upset. Okay, that's all. I love you guys. Bye.
I don't think I watched that one.
I was curious if you watched that 1899.
1899.
Never heard
I don't
of it.
think I watched it. If I talked about it on the show before, I have long since forgotten it watching it. But I agree with you, Michelle. I hate when series have these, big plans and then they're shot down after 1 or 2 seasons and they just leave you there with nothing.
If I
Firefly
were,
being the big
Firefly
one,
was
right?
a huge one. They did have a follow-up movie, but it was
but
totally
still opened up more.
essentially they just started over. It's like they threw away everything we knew and just did a 2.5 hour long movie to start over and then take it to its conclusion, which was unsatisfying.
No, it's still now you want to see more now that you've seen
Yes.
what's her name actually go all berserk and shit.
Exactly.
So.
And Fox fucked that up.
Firefly was a tough one for me to get into because I got into it. I didn't get into it, but I tried to get into it late after knowing that this goes nowhere. So it's like
Right.
really
It's
tough.
hard
Like,
to-
so I can watch it and be like, I appreciate this, but I am not getting invested in it.
I never
you know?
watched it on Fox, but apparently, I think I've mentioned this before.
Well, you don't
Fox
want to watch it
screwed-
on Fox.
Yeah,
then,
they screwed it up. They aired the show
order.
in the wrong
Right.
order.
Yep.
And no one knew what the fuck was going on. But fun fact, Firefly was the first series I ever watched on Netflix.
Really?
Like, that was the first thing I watched when we got our Netflix subscription
By-
all those
by
years
mail?
ago. No, this was the
The
streaming service. Yeah, but
There wasn't much on it when it started like that. I think
The
I watched
Office.
The Office. That was
The
what
Office,
we
man,
watched.
that
Yeah.
one, man, that was such a like, man, I can't believe I can watch. I remember the first time. It wasn't the first time we were streaming something, but it was like within the first, I guess, month of streaming, and because I remember working with Captain Gunner, John Turley at the local paper,
Yeah.
and I remember walking into the paper talking to him about it, and just like, I wish that conversation had been recorded because I'd love to like listen to it now. How quaint I'm sure it sounded, because like just like John was like in the video, it was streaming. like
you didn't have to put anything in your
Yeah.
computer. It just came over the internet.
it's crazy.
But I've thought about this before. If I were a billionaire, I would start a network entirely based on picking up shows that needed to be finished and giving them 1 or 2 more seasons to finish it out. That's all it would be. Just buy the
You're like
rights
an
to old
angel
shows
investor
and
for
go
old
back. Yeah.
shows.
My name is Earl. Pick that up and finish it. Last Man on
Did it
Earth.
not
Pick that up and
finish?
finish it. Yep. Nope. I never
How
finished
how did it end? Just like a regular episode would end?
Yep.
Wow.
And then
What a weird, because I had such a strong, like, this is why this show exists. That's a weird
the
one.
closest you get to an ending is in Raising Hope. There is because the same people that made that
Right.
made Raising
Yeah.
Hope.
And I watched like the first season of Raising Hope. When
It's
it was
okay.
Yeah, I liked it okay.
In the background, there's a news story about a man named Earl finishing his list,
Oh, nice.
and that's the most you can really get for an ending. And of
Hey,
course, that whole cast
something.
makes an appearance together, like at a birthday party where they're all working a birthday party for Hope or something like that. Because I've seen all of that. It's pretty good. But
Yeah, I remember Nikki and I watched the first season. It makes me feel old because I remember where we were when we watched that first season. It was a
Yep.
different place. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like reminded how, that's an old show.
That is an old show.
That's an old show,
It
man.
really is.
What the fuck?
Because I remember watching The Riches which with Eddie Izzard and the girl.
Holy shit! I'd forgotten all
Riches
about
was
that.
great.
It was a
only
great
had
show.
1 or 2 seasons. I watched that in culinary school, and then right at the end of culinary school, that's when Raising Hope came out. I was like, oh, it's that girl from The Riches.
Ah.
So this is like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Ooh. That's only 16 years ago.
Well, and Netflix, as we know, is famous for doing that. I mean, they did it to the Cowboy Bebop live action. They just shut that fucking down, and it's the moral of the story is don't try to commit to anything on Netflix unless you know it's already run its full length somewhere else.
It'll get 1 season, 3 seasons, or way too many seasons.
Or way too many. Yeah, exactly.
Would you rather something just end or go like the Game of Thrones route where it's like it finishes?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'd rather it go that way.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would. I don't like being unfulfilled in some way, even if it's a disappointing way. At least it's over. At least it ended and gave me some kind of closure.
Yeah.
When I was younger,
especially if it's something I really like.
Sure.
Like Bebop made me mad because I wanted more Bebop. Now I can appreciate, like, man, I wish more things were like Bebop and had a clear
There's a start
message,
and an ending.
clear end, and not milk it, not add like so. It's strong start to finish.
And I think that's what would have worked in the live action, because they could have knocked 3 seasons out and told the whole story and gotten soup to nuts and been done with it.
Yep.
And not had to drag it out, because it would have been enough. But anything more than what we got would be good, you know. And what sucks about Netflix too is they will actively greenlight new seasons and then still cancel them.
Yep.
So there's no telling if One Piece is going to go another season. They said it will, but
we'll see.
That doesn't mean that it will.
Yeah, if their next, with commercials subscription level doesn't work out, it'll probably get cut. So
the animated show on Paramount Plus, Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Last season coming up, they canceled it.
Wow.
And that sucks. I don't know why it was canceled, but that's terrible, because that show has a lot of life left in it. They could drag that on, and because it was never. It would sometimes have like an overarching kind of thing, but rarely anything that stretched more than a few episodes. And it was always fresh and funny and awesome. And now they just shit canned it. So we got the next season at least. I mean, at least we're gonna get that last season.
I know The Boys is going to end at season 5.
Well, if they wrap it up, great. And that's actually 4 more days from today is the premiere of season 4 of The Boys. I'm excited about that. I forgot. But anyway,
season 4 Righteous Gemstones is filming right now, I believe.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I get it, Michelle. I'm sorry about your luck with $18.99. Maybe I'll watch it just so I can be disappointed.
Is it different going into it? For me, it is, because it's like with Firefly, where it's like,
you just know.
Yeah, it's tough for me to like. I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't like $18.99. Like even if it's quality, I just wouldn't be able to invest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've watched that, but I might just at least look to see what it's about to make sure I haven't watched it and just forgot. All right, we have another call from 270 again.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to report electricity out on 1455 Road and then on Barnes Road on all of it.
Oh no.
I know, I'm sure you got a lot of it out. But,
yeah.
No electricity.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's what's funny about that call.
You know that person.
No. That's my house.
What?
No. I'm going to edit that out, by the way. Hold on. I need to make a little note of the time so I can edit that out. 1 hour and around 8 minutes. No, what's funny is the first call we got about the power being out was from late December 2022. This call is from March of 2023, 3 months later. So somebody got their number published wrong somewhere, or it's real. Our number is real close to the power company somewhere in 270. There's only like 3 power companies around here.
I'm trying to look to see what's similar.
So sorry about your power. Hope it came back on. Hope your St. Patrick's Day was filled with power and not with electricity. And for the previous caller, Robin, I hope your Christmas lights came back on December 23rd.
Oh.
2 days before Christmas, no power.
That's not good.
Wasn't that when the tornadoes were blasting through Lone Oak or Mayfield?
They got nothing to power their gremlin fence or their leprechaun fence to keep out the horror.
That's trouble. When your gremlin fence won't come on, you're fucked.
It's true.
It's a bad day.
Gremlins. That's a TV show I'd watch. Just do a Gremlin show.
I'd be down.
I don't want it to be animated. I know.
All right.
It can't be. Has to be practical effects.
Yeah. I don't know. I got all like defensive. It can't be animated, Tyler. I know.
You want everything to be fucking animated.
You're thinking. Loving them cartoons and shit. We got people without power and it can't
Big
be animated.
Googly boobs drawn on the female gremlin. I don't know what you want.
All right, I'm back in. You've convinced me.
All right, we have another call. This one is from 270.
Power outage, Mount Carmel Road. Please give us a call back. Thanks.
He said, please.
He didn't ask the power company. He just said, hey.
I'm throwing out a line here. Here's a message in a bottle. Anybody wants to give me a call about my power, feel free.
That was the same day. That was like several minutes later on the same day as the last one. So, well, I sure hope their power came back on.
Me too.
I don't know why suddenly our number while we're getting this is the first time we've ever gotten calls of this nature. You know, you'd think this would have gone on for a while now. Maybe it will continue to be a thing.
I do feel like we got one in the past that was like, I did pay my bill or something like that. So I'm curious if that was also a power company.
Maybe.
Now what I'm really curious about is now that you've got the nice message when people call in,
if it just
270-883-2555 if you want to call and hear that and leave us a message. I'm curious if people still leave messages about the power.
That's a good point.
That's going to be hilarious if they do.
Yeah, if they do, it'll be even more. They're not paying attention.
Or let's go ahead and change. Hear me out. Change the greeting. We're a power company.
You have reached the power company. Please leave a message and someone will return your call as soon as possible.
If you are without power, press 1 now.
We hear beep. If you do not hear a response, press 1 again, only a little longer.
Call back and
Thank
press
you
1
for
again.
call back. Thank you for calling Movie Phone.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see?
Well, I just put in the phone number, so I'm going to see what pops up. We are not the first result. The first result is a number in Jordan, Kentucky. Then you see all of our stuff.
Is that result in Jordan, Kentucky a power company?
Nope. It just lists.
It's a guy named Max Power.
Yeah, I wonder why. What is? Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm just going to put in 270-883 and power.
It could be like 884. And this, I mean, because you know when you request an area code number from Google, they'll get you in the area code, but it could be in a county that has so many DIDs assigned to it, but like 6 people live there.
I think the number is listed somewhere, and I only say this because someone told me that
You
they
had a girlfriend
overheard.
who looked
Yes.
like a boyfriend
Yeah,
that I had in February.
How'd you know
last
this?
year. I don't know. It just came to me. It's psychic.
It's weird. Kev,
Somebody told you.
someone told me that they heard another voicemail that was left but not played on this show, where they overheard two elderly people talking about calling this number back, and the woman says, "You called 270-883-2555, right?" And the man says, "Yes." That is our phone number. So I don't know where they got the number from, but I thought that was odd.
It is odd. Oh, well, fuck it. Next call.
Next time on Unsolved Mysteries.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hi, Papa.
Hello.
Hi.
Sometimes it's nice to fall asleep to you guys. Not because you're boring, because you're definitely not boring.
Thank
but
you.
like the other day, I had a really bad cold, and I came home from work and immediately went to my bed, but I couldn't fall asleep because all I could hear was the ambient noise of the room, which is really obnoxious sometimes. So I was like, "Hi, Mark." Okay.
No, not the movie. The room.
Anyway, so I put on TADPOG, and then I was like, "Oh, this is soothing. Okay, I sleep now." And I did. So thanks, guys, for being wonderful. We love you. Okay, bye.
Okay.
We love you
We love
too.
you too. We love you too, Michelle.
Now, wake up! You're going to be late for work.
See, you said wake up. My brain went, why don't you put on a little makeup? Put your kids up on the table.
You wanted to. I don't know. Is that the song?
Yes. Same song. All right. Here we go. Last call for the day, everyone. April 26th, 2023.
Okay.
9:13 a.m.
Okay, so you guys are talking, or you're going to play Pinocchio, and Ian is talking about baby metal.
Like I do.
And I don't remember him ever talking about it before, because it's a lot of episodes, guys. And
Tell me about
so
it.
then I was like, baby metal? What the hell is baby metal? And you guys kind of describe it, so I asked Google, and Google told me about it. So then I was like, say
Don't ask Google AI.
And at first it was like, I guess it was the chocolate one from chocolate.
Give me
And
chocolate.
It just goes, chocolate. And then a few of metal music. Fantastic. And then these tiny voices, because it's Japanese anime style, come on. And it made my whole day.
It's good.
I already loved it from chocolate to all the metal music. The tiny voices. Oh, yes. It just makes it. Brings it all together.
It's great.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Happy to spread the word of baby metal.
That's something you expect. You listen to metal, and then it's like,
That's exactly what it sounds like.
It is.
I love you, bye.
Love you too. She is right. We love baby metal here. And listen, their videos still come across.
Videos are
my feed.
great.
Dude, they're packing
Arenas.
massive,
Yeah.
massive
Yeah.
arenas.
I know, it's wild.
It's dangerous to be in there because there's like the population of our town doubled in that arena. It is insane. They are basically worshipped, and they put on these super theatrical numbers with all these like demon heads coming down and fire and lasers and shit. It's fucking the show that these young ladies and their band put on are a sight to behold. Watch the videos, and especially some of the newer ones, if they've gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, their shows have just gone off the rails.
And watch them on Stephen Colbert. Look that clip up.
That clip of them, there's when they were first really kind of hitting in the United States.
Right.
Colbert snapped it up, and it is so fucking funny because he goes like, I don't even know exactly what's this is what this is. But here's Baby Metal. And they play Gimme Chocolate on Colbert. And the audience in the Colbert studio is just fucking getting so into it. Oh, that would have been great to see.
That would have been really cool.
In live.
Yeah.
But yes.
That would be a good show to see. I would love to go to a Baby Metal show.
Me too. I'm old, and I might have the energy left in me to do one more concert like that in my life.
I've never done a concert like that.
I mean, maybe not on that scale, like
because I would kind of also like to see Necrogoblicon, but like it's also like I don't know if that's a shit. I'm in my 40s. I don't know what those concerts are like.
I could go to Baby Metal though. I think I could handle it. It would be fucking amazing to see that live. But I don't know. Do they tour the United States?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Look that up. It'd be cool if they do an American tour. I might try to go. But yeah, Michelle, I'm glad you liked Baby Metal. It's lovely whenever someone picks up on one of the little things I mention on the show. Okay. I think that's it. That's all the calls we've got, and about an hour and a half, give or take.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Only about an hour.
Pretty good. Gotta get in that ass, Larry. Gotta get in that ass. I'm open that ass wide open. I watched that episode yesterday. Step in that ass. Spray painting there. JB Smooth's great.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he fucking is. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, not SoundCloud, not on Spotify, not what else is it?
SoundCloud,
not on
Stitcher,
not on
Stitcher,
not on SoundCloud,
nope.
Everywhere, all over the goddamn place. I got lots of shit going on, but most importantly, we got that
Patreon, as they say in NOLA.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/TADPOG. If you'd like to donate money to the show, you can do so there for as little as $1 measly dollar. You can access all of our bonus content. There's more on the way. As we've mentioned several times, we've got a Dark Tower series coming. We're about to record part 4 of that next week, and then we're going to start actually publishing them.
Yep.
So get it in while you can. And then we've got some actual plays, some just all kinds of cool stuff in there that we've done in the past, and we're committed to hopefully adding a lot more content to that TADPOG, because we do truly appreciate your donations. From the lowest numbers to the highest numbers, it's all greatly appreciated, and it helps us a lot. We do have a list of executive producers. These are the fine folks that donate $20 or more per month. And I'd like to read that list right now if I could get my throat to not close up for whatever reason. I will do that.
Did you have a banana?
I did not. No carrots, no bananas, no watermelons. I will read that list right now, starting with an extended thank you for reasons that will become clear possibly later this year. Cubicle Monkey, thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't even told these guys why. Plinko Nick Price.
Cubicle Monkey's a good, yeah.
There's stuff you don't know.
Okay.
I'll get into it later. Plinko Nick Price, Usurper Grimm, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Pinball Airplane Archmage Chris Edler. Sorry you couldn't be on this episode. Derek Pope Sandwich, Enthusiast Jeff Miners, almost there. Drink Smith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Louisville correspondent Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavor Trip, Karen Dahl, congratulations on your marriage, but don't get used to hearing that. And then also, last but not least, Canadian Turbo Nerd Thomas. Thank you so much for your generosity, everyone. Thank you to Dane for putting our show on YouTube every week. And I'm just going to say thanks to Brad from Arizona. He has already sent me an email about Cutthroat Island, which is the next episode of the regular show that we're going to be doing.
Yep. Yar.
The Matthew Modine, Gina Davis pirate movie.
Haven't seen it. This will be my first time.
I have, but it's been way, way long time. So it'll be like a first time for me, probably.
Like a virgin.
Like a virgin. All right.
Well, I also want to say congratulations on your marriage to one Kyle Collins, and Mandy of Experience Grind.
Okay.
They just got married.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
On their 70th anniversary, they decided to make it official. So now they are
Nice.
married. Congratulations. And also, I'll put it in the show notes, our very own Ashley Shake has written a novel called Kentucky Blood.
Congratulations, Ashley.
So, yeah. I'll
Excellent.
put a link to that. I think right now you can only pre-order on Kindle, but there will be paperback and hardback coming out. And he's working on an audiobook version right now.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your achievement. That's amazing.
You should get Jeff Hayes. I don't know if he's,
Jeff Hayes
I don't know if
to
he's
read
considered him or not.
Probably cheap.
Because it's taking a while because he wants different readers for all the different characters in the book. He's like,
Okay.
and it's really complicated and really expensive.
Sure.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Sound Booth Theater. Go to them. Maybe they can help.
Yeah.
Seriously, Ashley. Maybe they might be able to do something for you there and get it all under one roof because they have some really talented people there. So good for you. Happy for you. I'll have to check that book out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I like how you said that.
Gotta stick
You
your
put a
chin in.
Y in there. Hell yeah.
Kind of make the L like
A W a little bit. Yeah.
Hell
Hell yeah.
Practice it for when all my teeth fly. So, then I'm really going to start talking like this
Please.
all the time.
Please.
I'm just going to make that my actual.
Why not start now?
Because I still need people to take me seriously at work. But if I have no choice.
Retirement's looking good.
Can I get disability for having no teeth?
You think you get disability for talking like that?
I'm going to have to look into that.
Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track from the show notes at tadpog.com. How do you guys want to close it out?
I don't know what y'all are going to do, but I'm going to do it like this.
All right. I'll do it how I really talk to Kenna, too. So.
All right.
So our true voices?
Our true
Yeah.
voices.
Okay.
So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
Capricorn.
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler. New episodes published Wednesdays each week and are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else podcasts are hosted. Have a question or comment for the hosts? Call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. Want to send us something? You can do that at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you absolutely must send us a food item, please use caution and good judgment when doing so. Tasty snacks that look or smell funky or are past their expiration date by the time we get to them will be thrown away. Bonus content is available at patreon.com/tadpog with a minimum donation of $1 per month. You can join in on the conversation by visiting our Discord at bit.ly/tadpogdiscord. Registration is free and we'd love to see you there. Thanks for listening, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our show so you don't miss an episode. Now, where did I put that stinger? Oh, here it is. What should I call myself if I was to do it? Like,
Buck.
I mean, I went by Kenny back in the day, as y'all know.
Right. Kenny's good.
Hey, this is Buck from the Power Company.
Kenny Buck.
It's Kenny Buck. Ooh, that's a good
That's
one.
good.
That's Kenny Buck at the Power Company. We got a voicemail from you about a year and a half ago about your power being out. We were just following up to see if that was still a thing. Did your power ever come back on?
We left some trees laying around.
I wouldn't be able to do it without losing it. I'm not a prank caller. I'm not a good prank caller. I was always the kid that would laugh and blow it. Yeah, we used to prank call people when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. I used
Like,
to
yeah,
prank call.
after Jerky Boys, yeah. Brendan did that all the fucking time after we discovered
We were
Jerky
doing it
Boys.
before Jerky Boys was fucking a thing, man. Jerky Boys stole prank calling from me.
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect.